Hey yo, welcome back. Once again, this is Rashid Nori, and I'm coming to you with King's Court, where queens are raised and kings are born. And today's message will be based on the human purpose. The human purpose. Many of us, after so many questions of individuals I've met on a regular basis, really don't even know, what are we here for? What is our creation for? Well, the first note is procreated, to continue human life by birth. There can't be one man or the other woman without there being procreation. And then the second being that we are here to worship the one who created all of it, that is creation. So in that, I shall begin. Men, in the corner of being the seed bearer or the semen bearer, we are to attain a relationship. In doing so, we have to endure, persevere, and manage through this daily life we live. In that, and only in that, will a woman bother to grant him her time, and perhaps her love. In all that, we have to begin assessing with ourselves a means of being more man-like, growing from boyhood to manhood. And in doing so, we begin to learn how to take care of ourselves. Cooking for yourself, number one. Dressing yourself, number two. And then eventually grooming yourself properly so that you can be attractive. And then last but not least, the gaining of finances. Working hard, striving to be better than the next man. Because competition between men is one thing that it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in the life of the woman. She is not meant to compete with men. Now granted, y'all compete with one another in dress, look, and so forth and so on. Hence the reason why a lot of times y'all make up your faces, your bodies, and things of that sort to try to be competing for a man from other women. Well, in that we have to attain this wealth in order to sustain the ability to take care of a family. Not just your woman, but a family, because innately, and I'll get on that a little bit more, a woman desires family with one man. Now, I said that to extol this factor. Men, we are created hardy. I've said this before. And in that, we have a visual or a desire for different types, colors, shapes, things of that sort of women. We are admirers, most importantly, of the woman. And in doing so, sometimes we go above and beyond. We sometimes will take it to the next level and try to date more than one woman. Granted, again, we are created to procreate. So in that, our seed can be spread far and wide. Wherewith the woman whom we love, we will still love unequivocally. It's just sex. And sometimes we have children outside of that. Granted, a man is supposed to stand up and take care of those children no matter what. And a queen, the woman that you choose, should understand the necessity of you taking care of your responsibilities and not giving you grief. But nevertheless, we're in a society that believes that only one man should be with one woman. Well, I'll go back to understanding that God has allowed for man to have many wives. And now only 4. It's not just in Islamic faith, it's actually throughout all the faiths. If you look in the beginning, men could marry as many as they could take care of. Now it's because of way of keeping peace. We're minimized to 4. And also the fact that we don't have multitudes of land and wealth and things of that sort, where with plenty of children were needed to till the land and help, manicure the house and help the mothers around the house and the farm or whatever the case may be. So now we're just confined to a dwelling, a single home, a single family home, a one room apartment and things of that sort. But nevertheless, men are to be in position to be able to procure a lasting relationship. So that means he has to have finances to take care of a family, a dwelling to house them and protect them in. And then, last but not least, the ability to teach them how to manifest in life, how to bring forth a better understanding in the life that we're given. So with that being, man, you have to stand up. You have to be there for your families. You have to be representative for your immediate family, your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters. You are a representative of them. So present yourself in a way and means that is respectful at all costs, because they deserve that of you, if nothing else. And society is in need of good, upright, stern, strong, standing men. But on the other note of all that, ladies, in that you have devised within yourselves a great bit of standards. Granted, it's necessary in some cases. But for the most, you need to understand, what does a man want? What does a man need? Because if you don't know that, then you are going into something you have no idea in the least how to manifest positive peace. See, because you go in a relationship thinking it's me, my, I, and that will never, ever, ever work. And it's gotten to the point where it's gotten sick, where we start labeling each other as alpha, beta, and all this other sick foolishness. Granted, some men just aren't set to be leaders. But the majority of men who are set to be leaders fall back because they want to be able to cohabitate with you in peace. And in most cases, he's going to be miserable because he's trying to create peace. See, we are peacemakers. Yes, we are peacemakers. We're not rampant, wicked, controlling, self-foolish-minded individuals. We are definitely peacemakers. But the society that we're raised in has driven us to a different way of being. Nevertheless, ladies, your standards are okay. At the same time, some of them are just off the Richter scale. But for the most part, I can respect them. But when you get to the point where as though you become demanding and having what you want when you want it, that's absurd. It's not a working relations. See, it's about give and take. See, as long as he has ability to pay bills, provide, and shelter, That should be all you really worry about. Because until then, he becomes rich. All right, well, then you got to first now become his helpmate. His helpmate. Not just to sit on the side thinking that you brought the box to the table. Because that won't work. No. You need to bring to the table the real woman in you. That woman who provides peace. That woman who provides an insight to his shortcomings. A woman who provides a certainty that he will have comfort in whenever he needs her. And vice versa. Because, man, you should be able to console your woman at any time. You should never leave her hungry for your attention. This is not a good thing. Because then she'll begin to hunger someone else's attention. So be ever mindful of that, guys. But yes, in this, sisters, you have to learn to retain that man's attention. As you did when you began to attain his attention. You now have to retain it. You have to continue to keep him. And this requires that you keep up your beauty. You keep up your mannerisms that you once had when you first met him. You keep up your attitude with a delightful attitude instead of this ignorance that we have been faced with too often. And in turn for that, you'll get a good man who is always open and communicative with you. Honest, even. Because he feels he doesn't have to lie to you because you can't take the truth. Granted, that is a case, sisters. That is a serious and dire situation right there. Y'all cannot handle the truth. And point being, because half the time you will lie so much so about a thing just because you don't want to lose in an argumentation. That's wickedness. Get away from that. Learn to be honest about your feelings. Because you want us to be honest. This is what you asked for off the gate, for us to be honest and true. But yet and still, you cannot be honest. You will fight hair and tooth in a lie that you have told. Rather than just say, yeah, you got me. It's easier, trust me. And a lot of times we be like, oh, yeah, I know I did. But, and we'll let it go. Because you were honest. But when you're not honest and we know you lying, that's going to be a problem for the entirety of our relationship. That will always have in the back of that man's mind, can I trust her? Do I really want to give my life to her? Yeah. 90% of the reason why most men do not marry or is afraid to marry, because y'all are lying fools. Y'all will fight his hair and tooth, trying to be right when you know you wrong as hell. But granted, there's a lot of us that do the same thing. But again, it's because we're afraid to tell you the truth because we know you can't handle the truth. And we do like our women. Or our woman. We don't want to fight with you because of something that we did or granted, listen, if a man tells you, baby, I've been dating this girl. It wasn't really a date. We ain't really going out nowhere. Not extravagant. Just may meet her for lunch. I'm not paying for anything. Then we fuck. You would lose your goddamn mind. You don't just say, well, maybe it's something wrong. What am I doing that's causing you to need to be able to... Granted, it's not always your case. It's not always on you. Tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the absolute truth. I can't help it. I gotta be honest. This is me. Sometimes it's just that we like that flavor. That something different. Every now and again, we're going to stretch out. I don't care who you are out there, brothers. Nobody going to tell you the truth. I am. We're going to, once in a while, going to stretch out there because get bored sometimes. This is also the reason why a lot of therapists or, relationships therapists always say, try to spice up the relationship. Do something different once in a while. Well, yeah, once in a while, we like to have a freak that we like to watch on porn. Yeah. We like that. We like to feel wanted. Take your dick. Literally, just take it sometime. Don't be sitting there waiting for us all the time. Listen, I like to feel desired and wanted. I don't want to be sitting around my woman and I got to always come up on her. I always got to push up on her. No, take your dick. This is yours. So yeah, men like that. We like that. We don't want to feel like we got to always push up on you to get it. Pushing up the daisies, so to speak. No. We like to feel wanted too. So get out of your heads that we just want to do it. No, you like to do it. It's more than we. Come on now, stop it. Y'all like to fuck more than we do. But the fact of the matter is, it takes two. You have to be willing to extol some insight to your desires and things of that sort. Man, we like to know what makes you tick. Don't like to hide stuff so much. I don't want to tell them this. I don't want to tell them that. Well, if you're a stone cold freak, if you're a freaking white-livered woman, if you got a deep throat, then damn it, extol that. Tell us. Let us know. Show us something. Might I digress? Now, that was my own stuff right there. But granted, I am speaking on behalf of most men. Most of us love that. I know I love to feel desired and wanted. I love to come home and my woman is embracing me and just want to be with me. Not hating when I come home. Always want to argue and fuss over the dumbest stuff. So I'm the type of man, I'll come home and you cooking. I'm going to wash up, come down and cook with you. There ain't enough of us to do it, but it's important, fellas. Enjoying in things that your lady loves. Or just does to satisfy you. Enjoying it. If she's cleaning, man, just help her clean. Say, is there anything I can do, babe? You want me to move that couch so you can get up underneath of it? I mean, she shouldn't have to ask the basic things like washing the dishes, taking the trash out. Nigga, if she got to do that, then you ain't have good home training. Because I think every last single man on the face of the earth should have had his mama tell him, look, boy, if you want to earn some money, you can get allowance. You got to do dishes, take out the trash, even sweep, clean up your room. You get allowance. So these are things you should naturally do. Nigga, naturally do. Yes, absolutely. Naturally do. Anyway, but with all the standards and the stipulations that you ladies have, sometimes they're a little overwhelming. I mean, we do everything that we are capable of doing to become the men we are. Some fall short, granted, but you got to fix your pickers. I'm talking about your common sense of what you're looking for in a man. Stop looking at us for this physical thing. Now, granted, this is something that, we got to take care of so we can take care of you and protect you. But still in the same, some of us look so big, so cut up, soft as butter. So all that don't matter. You get to know that man. Know where he come from, who his family, what his life was like before you. Get to know him. Ask important questions. Don't just let the standards stand out there blind like we supposed to already know them. No. Ask your questions. Delve into him. Then when you see him for who he is, then give your life, give your love, give your worth. I ain't gonna never tell nobody to just go out there and just be foolish. Now use your cognizance. Use the intelligence that Allah has given. He's given you intellect so that you know. So be mindful. You have been through enough in relationships for you to identify who is good and who is not. But don't automatically judge a person based on one action. Y'all do that too often. I am newly divorced because of that very thing. I am newly divorced just because of that. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But nevertheless, you have to, by all means, extol understanding of your anticipation of that individual. I mean, y'all say what y'all want and desire, but hardly do y'all ever actually stand on those things. I mean, you say you want an honest man, you want a good man, you want a genuine man, you want a man that's thought of, a man that is consistent. But when a man shows you his consistency, the first thing you do is you run from them. You're not what I'm looking for. Then you got the nerve to call us narcissists or impatient because we're showing you genuine attention. We're trying to show you consistency. We're not patient with that. What in the world? Who in the world started this foolishness with your beliefs? I mean, listen, it's as simple as this. Simple human relations. Granted, simple human relations. 1, communication. Open and honest communication. Building a friendship in that. There's no harm in building a friendship first. That shouldn't take very long. It shouldn't take months to build a friendship. Communication, like talking, video chatting, not texting. Texting doesn't do it. Texting is not the way to build an honest, good, strong relationship. You can't get a friendship in text. You can't get to understand the truth of somebody in text. Talking, seeing them, spending time. This is how you get to know someone personally. Anything else is just hearsay. Because trust me, you and I, ladies, we can talk a good game. We can talk up some stuff to make you believable. But at the end of it all, your actions behind it has to stand true. And if they don't, then you know right then and there that person is not right. See, we men, we deal in the rationalization of reality. Ladies, most times y'all do not deal with the rationalization of reality. Y'all go on so many of these foolish devil hunts wherewith you're trying your hardest to extol some clarity on a fact, but you're thinking about it so much that you get lost in the thought itself. And you conjure up something that ain't got nothing to do with the whole situation at all. You have now delved into something that came from a memory of past, and it had nothing to do with the situation at hand. That is crazy. You understand that? Listen, this is the reason why we say y'all cray-cray sometimes. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Sit back and think consciously of things. Don't overthink stuff. If one fact there is that your eyes see what it is, don't start going into what you believe, what you feel, what you opinionate. No, go on what you know, what you have facts on. If you don't have no facts, leave it alone. Because we'll never say you're a cheater when we feel you're cheaters. Because granted, we know y'all out there flirting most times. Yeah, we know you be out there flirting. Y'all ain't no better than us. Y'all just slicker with it. But at the same time, you're telling yourselves and you don't even realize how you do it. And I'm not going to extol how I know that. But many of us are aware. But what we do is, like I said, instead of sitting here beating you up about it, we already know, we'll just wait for you to tell on yourself. Which 9 times out of 10 y'all do. You're telling yourself. You do. And it might not even be to us. By action, you'll tell somebody else. And they'll tell somebody else. And eventually, no, it's going to get back to me. It's going to get back to us. So, you know what I mean? Y'all can't help it. I understand that today. Y'all can't help it. But the fact of the matter is, we have to start beginning to try to assess an understanding between the two. Communication is definitely the key. And if you're not communicating correctly, because listen, it's a funny situation where though many of you ladies don't like to be questioned. What in the world? How in the world are you going to build something with somebody if you don't want to be questioned? How can a man build? Listen, we build ourselves up so much so that we have a reputation to protect. And when you're not honest with us and those reputations are being tainted by your past or by the actions that you have just performed not long before you met me. You may have been ratchet and just out there fighting all the time, crazy stuff. Or you may have been one of those people that was, you know what I mean, may have been a user at one time, drug user, alcoholic. You may have even done self-time. Who knows? But the point of the matter is, be honest. Give absolute truth. None of the bull crap, made up stuff, this fantasy crap that y'all like to push out there. I mean, it's not hard to be honest, sisters. It's really not. It's not hard. And guys, even if it means that you may lose her, be honest. Because she has the right to know. But sisters, on that note, y'all have to be able to be willing to accept some stuff that's inevitable. You can't change the inevitability of what we are created to do. Each one of us are created for different things. We are not animals who are created to do exactly what they are created to do and nothing more. For year in and year out, they'll do exactly the same thing. No, humankind evolves and gets better. Look at society. Look at how far society has come. We almost don't have no tree in this world left. We killing ourselves, don't even realize it though. So we got to start replanting. But we have to, by all means, learn how to work together. And until we learn to do that and accept the truths of our creation, that's going to be a hard road continuing to come. So, ladies, it's just that easy for you to be able to retain the man. Because all we want is peace. Your humility when it comes to us. Your word, your insight makes a difference. It makes us believe or feel that you are in tune with us. See, because we know our shortcomings, but we'll pass them by in order to continue moving forward. Granted. But when someone you love or someone we love gives us an understanding of something we may not see, we definitely will try to do better by it. Because we know that you speaking about it is something that is harmful to you. So we want to do better. We want to make you happy because you're striving to make us happy. But when you're not striving to make us happy, when you don't care about nothing but being miserable and making us miserable with you, there can never be any peace. And a man eventually will walk out or he will cheat. Well, guys, I implore you, don't cheat. Walk out. Walk out. Because if she doesn't feel as though you're worth giving her undivided attention and communication, she's not there for you. She's not the one for you. See, it's simple to be attentive. If you're feeling somebody, give them your undivided attention. Every moment that you have available, give that to that man. And men, the same. I mean, we do it anyway. We always checking up on you. We always seeing how you doing. We always want to do sweet and cute things, bring you roses and, chocolates or whatever the case may be. We want to do these things for you. But ladies, y'all so often will fuck that up because of simple, frivolous argumentation. Or just not wanting to communicate. Trying to be, I guess, testing us. Because I know y'all do that a lot too. Why test men? Why? I mean, if you know that he's strong, that he's respected, and he's respectful, that he's a man, why do you have to test us all the time? No man wants to be tested by a woman just to see if he's fit. Listen to me good, ladies. When you do this with a man, it makes him feel like you don't have respect for him. See, the difference in you and us, We look for respect from you. You look on a love factor for us. Let me say that again. You have devised the word love, and you work within that. We, on the other hand, work on the word respect. And when we lose that respect, we feel you do not have love for us. So how in the world do you gather in your hearts that this action that we perform for you is for love? No, we got the love we needed from our mothers and fathers, or in most cases, just our mothers. So what we look for is the respect. See, that's what matters to us, the respect. See, when you stop respecting us, we stop feeling the love. And on another note, guys, if a woman feels as though she has lost respect for you, it's most likely because you have wimped up, you have stopped being stern, you have stopped standing straight up, 10 toes down, so to speak. You stop being a man. You stop being a wimp. I ain't gonna say simp or beta or none of that. That's some stupid stuff. You stop adhering to the best part of yourself. Now, granted, a lot of men, and I hate it, but a lot of us men, we're not seeking understanding of bettering ourselves. We're just whimsically in this world following. That's the slave-minded mentality. We have to get away from that. Stop trying to be a follower and be a man. Learn the man you are and be that. Stop trying to follow these suckers out here who trying to be tough when they wield guns and shoot up everybody. That's unnecessary. It's just stupid. That's not a man. It's far from being a man. Trust me. I came up where these knuckles was the only thing that you had. Nigga, and if you can't fight, you can't protect no woman. You can't carry a gun everywhere because you scared of the police. You the suckers. So, man, stop being fools. A real man speaks intelligently. A real man can throw his guns right here. These are the only guns you need, nigga. And if you ain't got that in you, then you need to be silent. You need to wait your turn. And be a man. But ladies, y'all gotta stop being little girls. Gotta stop trying to argue all the time. Fuss. Fight. It's not your place. You're supposed to be docile, modest, soft-spoken. Now, granted, if we mess up, all right, we deserve it. If you need to fuss and argue and fight with us, but at the same time, if he ain't listening, walk away. Walk away. Now, that's for both of us. Now, I say that with sincerest advisement. Walk away. Because misery loves company. And none of us deserve to be miserable. There's somebody out there for you that's right for you. But you have to be willing to give them a chance. You can't just keep running around with the feelings that he did it to me, so he's going to do the same thing. That's stupid. You're pushing away good people. Now, granted, listen. If you don't have God in your life, you'll never have him. But I'm telling you something good. If somebody comes to you, 9 times out of 10, it's because it was God sent. Now, it may not be because he was there forever, but he's there for a reason. And vice versa. Same with the women. If she's not sent by God, well, 9 times out of 10, she's sent by God. Because there ain't too many things happening in this world for no reason. There's a reason for everything. And trust me, everything is by God. But yeah, you got to believe, man. You got to believe that every person that comes your way is for a reason. You may be going through something and you deal with it by yourself. You can't. Trust me, if God sends somebody that person has some understanding of what you're dealing with. That person has been through what you're dealing with. If not, then someone he knows that you will meet is somebody. You never know. God works in the most mysterious ways. In the most mysterious ways. You should have to be willing to accept the fact that God is present at all times. Never forget that. That is our biggest issue. We put God behind us and we put the creation before us. So in that, the human purpose, the third aspect of that is to rear the children in a way that they will grant peace and respect. To raise them in a way that they will grant peace and respect. Too many of us ladies, too many of us are being raised in a way by you guys like they are the best amongst mankind. And they are some of the most ratchetest children people could ever meet. And then as soon as someone says something to them, you have an issue. Well, raise your children properly. Give them discipline. Give them structure. And you will never have this problem. Not one man nor woman would ever have to say anything to them at any time. They're mannered. They mind themselves. And they're respectful. So bringing about peace and respect is direly important in teaching our children. Trust, my children whip some ass. The average nigga be in trouble. But yet and still, when it comes to that man that they choose to be with, he's most respected. Most respected. And I have 5 girls. So in closing this one, y'all, I just want to bring to light the fact that we have been in one of the most gravest periods in mankind's history. I mean, where the government is blatantly trying to murder us, where there is no trust in the land, where we have we have become so disunited that you can't go nowhere without having to look over your shoulders. That's sad. We have to spread love. It starts within the family. It starts within our community. We have to spread love to one another. We have to begin to show love to your brother, man, and your sister. It's vitally important. We're in a trying time right now. We have to come together, put our money together, buy back our neighborhoods. I mean, I'm seeing stores, and I'm definitely looking to start buying stores. And I want to buy any bars, but there are a lot of bars that are closed up too, and they could be turned into something that is beneficial for the community. But we got to buy back our communities, build up our banks. Guys, look, men, businessmen, if you're listening, a bank only costs $100,000 to start. $100,000. Put your money up. Build some banks in our communities so we can start having our own. Black Wall Street need to be put back on the map. Because they ain't playing. They about to take away everything. Government about to run everything. Food, everything. So if we ain't growing our own, if we ain't got our own, we in trouble. With that said, I salute you, my brothers and sisters. One love, straight from the heart of Rashid Nori. And I tell you again, love yourself, because no one else can. Peace and blessings from King's Court. And to everybody, Have a blessed day.